wind knows me. Yeah. Into the wind. Yeah. Follow the wind. Yeah.
Time to set sail!
Ah, you finally made it. All these years, come rain or storm, the Crux fleet has never suffered a delay. If it were anyone else, I might have set sail already. Don't look too serious, I'm only joking. You're just on time. The crew have just finished making final preparations. Well, now that everyone's here, we set sail for the land engulfed by storm and tempest. The nation of eternity.
Anchors away!
Ahoy there. So, you finally made it. You sure kept me waiting, Captain. And it appears we have a couple of stowaways. Or perhaps I should say, honored guests.
Shush!
You can blame your almighty shogun. The tempests around INAZUMA have been growing all the more fierce lately. Though the fleet was fully up to the challenge, the inclement weather still caused some delay. Now then, let me introduce everyone. This is Toma, a trade partner that I've gotten to know recently.
You don't know how long I've been waiting to see you.
Toma, these two are...
Oh, no need for introductions. Their reputation precedes them. Seems even the stormy seas can't keep rumors of these outlanders' sterling deeds at bay.
Oh, it's sure nice to hear you say that.
With any luck, it'll give you a head start here. Toma's resided on Rito for quite some time now. It wouldn't be going too far to say he's the fixer around these parts. If you run into any problems here, just talk to Toma. But if he tries to pull any moves on you, I'll be sure to deal with him personally the next time I'm around.
No need to worry. I'm sure we'll get along just fine.
Good. Then if it's all settled, I'll be going. I wouldn't want to be caught with my sails down here. I do have a wanted fugitive on board after all.
Oh, right. Kazuha.
Until next time, traveler. Remember to give it your all, no matter what storms you may encounter.
Fair seas, Captain Beto. Bye-bye.
Now then, first things first. We need to go get you registered at the border checkpoint.
Paimon thought we were supposed to be keeping things on the down low. Are we just gonna walk into the government's hands?
Don't underestimate the reaches of the Sakoku Decree. You wouldn't be able to avoid inspection even if you tried. So we have to play by the rules, even if we're kind of bending them.
Hello? Please state your name, identity, and the purpose of your visit. Oh, except you, Toma. You must be new here.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me? Please provide the information requested and also declare any goods you are carrying with you. Currently, only members of the International Trade Association are authorized to engage in the import and export of goods. Do you have your trader's permits? My apologies, but I'll have to ask you to...
Here are their entry papers, for your kind perusal.
What? Ugh, take your time. No rush or anything.
I just wanted to see what you'd say. Sorry about that.
I see. Okay. Your papers are all in order. Welcome to Rito.
Phew. So, where do we go next?
The Outlander Affairs Agency. They only check entry permits here. If you want to remain on Rito, there's a process you have to go through with them.
Sheesh. So it is super strict, just like everyone says.
Well, let's not forget that to everyday folk in Inazuma, people from everywhere else are referred to as outsiders. As the word suggests, Outlanders aren't very welcome in Inazuma with the Sakoku Decree in force. Not even on Rito, where they've established an outsider settlement. I like how you think. I've got a feeling we're going to get along very well. Now, let's head over to the Outlander Affairs Agency. Most of the current...
Tes. Tes, ada kagak suaranya?
Scenery
Wih,
is
Please show
wonderful.
some proof of identification.
Surely
Kanjo Commission?
Yes, one branch of the Tri-Commission of Inazuma, responsible for growing and managing the nation's wealth.
masuk bang, asik.
You really
Elliot,
haven't heard of it before?
anjing. Mana ayah kayak bang? Belum bro, belum ditransfer sama Rapatat buat beli primogem. PT Keking apa paha ningwang bang? Lebih ke arah paha Emona. Nggak ada suaranya bang, kecil kali. Elliot bilang masuk.
You've completed the entry procedures, yes?
Aku bingung
And now
nih.
you want
Aku
to
bingung
apply
yang
for
buta kali.
residency? Both of you?
Yes, please.
Okay, the processing fee will be 2 million mora.
2 million? For a processing fee?
Asli nggak ada. Coba
you
refresh.
That's right. 1 million per applicant, which makes 2 million total. Don't worry, you can trust my math.
Tes.
Paimon
Itu
wasn't so much questioning
di
your
ininya
math
aja
as...
ada nih.
Ma'am, these two here are good friends of mine.
Suara edit
I
banget kayak
think
dana
you'll find
bansos
I'm
gak
one
enak.
face you recognize.
Ah,
Lagi
Mr.
tidur,
Toma,
ada yang lagi
it's
tidur.
you. By way of courtesy, allow me to reduce it to
Jadi kagak
400,000
fokus ke
mora
cerita
total.
anjing. Tetep aja mah.
Thank
Tapi
you
lu
ever so much,
sautin
Miss
itu udah di
Eureka.
refresh anjing
But
berarti
as
ada.
this is just a
Aduh,
processing
guanya
fee,
goblok
I think
berarti.
600 mora
Anjing.
should cover it if I'm paying on their behalf. I'll treat you
Kena
to dinner
bercandaan
too.
bocah
How
gua.
does that sound?
That's not how you haggle! By all means, bargain the price down, but...
All right then, as you wish, Mr. Toma. I will make a record.
Gimana Cong Yun?
Much obliged.
Nama kayak ngomelin atas gue bang. Iya emang kebiasaan dia. Biasaan dia mau gitu emang. Lagi kurang fit juga jadi malas teriak-teriakan. Ntar gue teriak mereka hancur.
From 2 million down to 600? There's something seriously wrong
Kata
with people's sense of
turun dari
finance around here.
600. Kemauan orang itu soal konflik. Seperti tadi bukan cuma soal uang. Gila.
It's not as mind-boggling as you think. The processing fee is just a figure of speech. The way some here at the agency see it, the fees are easy money. So it becomes a question of how much they can make. So when the day comes that some poor merchant from overseas with more money than sense gets stuck here and needs to apply for residency.
Then they'll milk them for all they're worth.
Namanya setahu gue bukan
Exactly.
sosis dah.
It's at times like this that having a local friend really comes in handy.
Itu sih namanya pembelajaran asing. Apa tidak ada yang protes?
Yes, but when you're an outlander in
Gila,
INAZUMA, far from home
Suara
in this
game
closed-nation
kegedean.
era,
Iya kok.
there's very little that
Sedikit
can be
lagi
done about
berarti
it.
sama.
The most that overseas
Pas
merchants
orang
can do to
kegedean.
look after themselves is stick together. That's how the International Trade Association came
Sini lagi
about.
nih.
So it's a trade association built
Udah
by
kali,
and
udah
for
segitu.
outlanders?
Yep. And as well as advancing commercial interests, the association provides
Suara
help,
anjingnya berarti
support,
gua
and
anjing dong,
structure for
anjing,
outlanders
anjing.
trying to survive on retail.
Gak boleh gitu sama anjing
Essentially,
mah.
it's an association devoted to both commercial excellence and survival skills.
Intinya kalau begitu bagaimana cara langsung bisa ketemu?
Sounds like just
Gini
taking
pas
part in
seriusan lu.
achievement when you're an
Tuh ada
outlander
komplain
in
lagi
Inazuma.
fans gua.
I see. So this is the real purpose of your trip.
Jadi gonggong
Yes,
kedengaran.
given that you are
Siap.
outlanders, it's certainly
Terlalu
a
dah.
lofty aspiration. After all, the Raiden Shogun is the most exalted and revered one in all of Inazuma. She
Dia
is a
udah-
deity who reigns on
Tinggi
high,
ada semua
while
gitu.
all other life gazes up in awe.
Like makan cabai dong bang, aduh.
I was
Gimana
going
ya?
to say nothing is set in stone when it comes to who
Lima
you
orang
encounter in
saya
this world. Who's to say you won't happen to run
Nggak
into
gitu,
the Raiden
Cok.
Shogun one
Konsepnya
day after
anjing.
lunch?
Aha. And is that
Itu
likely?
bukan cabai asli, itu cabai
Okay, I'll give it
bohongan.
to you straight. I know of a way to introduce
Apakah
you
keluar
to the
api
Raiden
dalam
Shogun.
mulutku? Kayak keput.
Really? Wow, the Rito Fixer's better connected than we thought.
I mean, it will take all the resources I have at my
Bantu share
disposal,
lamar,
but
lihat
it can be
diem
done.
bae nih.
However,
Belum ada
before we
notifnya.
get there, connections come at a high price. You understand?
Not you too.
No. In this instance, when I say price, I'm not talking about Mora. In fact, there's no real cost as such. It's just that if this is something you really want, you'll have to agree to help other people solve some of their problems first. I like to do things in a way that keeps everybody happy. It's my own personal rule for dealing with situations like this.
Sounds very reasonable to Paimon. You're the man in the middle, so you have to trade favors to keep everyone indebted to you.
Jarak jauh memang misterius. Buat itu sangat masuk akal kamu di sini. Jadi kamu harus bantu orang. Jadi apa tugasku?
Why do I get the feeling you're making
Kenapa
me out to be
gue?
some sort of crook? Never mind. Here's the
Kalau
situation.
nyaut sih,
As I
lu
touched
panggil
upon
nama.
earlier, the members of the International Trade Association are constantly struggling to survive. Recently, things seem to have gotten more difficult than ever for them, so just go and check things out. See if there's any way you can help. The head of the association is called Caricio, and he's a good friend of mine. Go talk to him. I'll wait for you here.
Mana kita? Buka mapnya dulu kali ya. Enak banget. Bentar. Bismillah, Bambang Berkah. Waduh, mana ada.
Time to go.
Raguan, baru nongol lu. Mana wan lu? Mana aja lu? Udah lentur tulang.
Time to go.
Ini jalan-jalan di kota. Kayak buronan. Buronan ini orang kan. Gimana wan? Ayakot dapet belum? Parah sih, gue belum dapet mah. Sibuk akhir ini bang, banyak yang harus dipijit. Ya apa sih pijit, bukan kaki doang lu. Jempol kaki doang kan lu dipijit. Belum banyak yang dipijit. Kerju. Absen dulu bang, tar aja absen. Masih fokus sama ceritanya. Kayaknya belum dapet. Tapi sudah tipis LPT jadi aman bang. Udah, top belilah, top up lah. Sekalian gua. Itu ID-nya ada di bawah man. Apa? Nyentuh sama sekali nih.
The decree certainly makes things difficult for anyone who wants to come here from overseas.
But it's not the root cause of our woes. The Sakoku decree might restrict our scope of activity. But in and of itself, it doesn't stop us from being able to enjoy a comfortable existence. No. What's really squeezing us outlander merchants dry is those more
Gue aja nggak pernah top up Bujang. Ya.
Oh,
Masa lu kerja nggak pernah top up lah.
That's right. They impose astronomical tax
Gue belum top up nih. Aduh, top upin dong man.
the worst of it. They just issued a new tax decree recently that, for some reason, completely changes the way we
Kali-kali
pay
itu
our
lu
taxes.
bagi
It
rezeki
used
lah.
to be Mora, but now it's something called Crystal Marrow.
Tomorrow gitu. Tomorrow.
Something that most of us in the association had never heard of before either, until the new decree came along. Eventually, one of the older
Sini
leeway
saya
merchants
top upin
recalled that
pakai
he
Mora.
once shipped
Ya,
a batch of it to
banyakan juga
Station
Mora
Eye in his
gue
youth.
dari Mora lu.
So, in order to pay our taxes, we began an arduous search for this crystal marrow. But then we found
Mora
we
lu
only managed to
tamu
create a
dari
bigger
kapan
problem for
tahu ini.
ourselves. The rising demand for crystal marrow drove the price higher and higher. Now there's only one vendor who even has it in stock. We can't get a hold of it anywhere else.
Keluarga gimana Wan, kabarnya sakit?
Exactly. So this vendor keeps pushing the price up, and we have no choice but to buy from them because the tax decree forces us to. It's a vicious cycle, the consequence of which is that our taxes will soon exceed our profits. Once that happens,
kamu tidak bisa menyelesaikan masalahnya dengan konsumsi. Ini pelakuan tidak masuk akal. Baca pakai mau langsung
we've
dapet
tried
ya, supaya
communicating with the
ngopi sejak
commission
federasi.
directly. This is a
Tombak
nation where the cries of a few
Kalau
struggling
tombaknya
merchants
baru
never
kan,
heard.
tombaknya baru sekarang, tombak itu
Fontaine,
tuh.
my dear homeland.
Nih penjaga kastil,
I miss you an awful lot at the
agak
moment.
agak anuan, agak sakitan dikit.
Awful. They're really bleeding them dry. What do you think we
Likolium
should
mah
do?
damage-nya kan cuma berapa palingan, cuma 7%, nah ini 8%. Bisa kita penjual itu seperti mencurigakan.
But
Negosiasi.
Chris is the head of the association, and even he hasn't had any luck. Not to mention, we're Outlanders too.
Right. And besides, I think this may well be the fate they've ordained for us.
Okay. Well, we could try tackling the problem by going
Oh
to
iya
other
juga
pretty
damage-nya
involved.
broken itu yang tombak
That
Jongos
vendor.
Nino.
I've actually done business with him in the
Itu lu
past,
tahu
but
sendiri.
after a point he stopped contacting us. I have no idea where he sources the stuff.
Bisa ngalahin naga air itu tombak,
Well,
jangan
it
main-main.
really sounds like he's being unfair. How do we find him? We could go talk to him and see if he lets anything slip.
Hey, that's a pretty good idea. Since you're not affiliated with the association and you're new to Rito,
Itu mungkin dia akan
he just let his guard down.
siap.
If I remember correctly, our usual meeting point with him is under
Itu
a
ngerawat udah
tree
nyampe
by the
mana,
coast
Wan?
in the residential district.
Kerawat
See if you can
bawah.
find him there.
Got it. We're on the case.
Silakan mereka. Mana lagi? Ini phone beringin. Harus betul. Oh iya, di sini. Catherine di mana katanya Catherine? Apaan suara lu burik? Suara emang gak burik man. Begini adanya.
I don't think I
Diapain?
recognize you. Are you new arrivals?
Ya, kita bersampai.
What do you need with me? The
Berapa
sheer
gitu?
nerve. You don't go around asking questions like that. If I gave you my sources, I might as well hand you the whole darn business. Trade secret, got it? You know what trade and
Secret.
secret mean, right?
You know secret?
This guy's got a bad attitude.
Gak dengeran tadi lu nyapa apaan? Kuping lu buta kali Wan.
Are you even buying? Oh,
Gue
I see
girit-girit
what's
suara.
going on here. Karisu and his associates sent you here to try and plead their case, didn't they? They're wasting their time. The price is non-negotiable, not by a single mora.
Hey, what's your problem?
Get out of here, go on. Tell them they're lucky to be buying from me in the
Betul
first place,
bang.
and they ought to be more grateful.
Lu
If it
kebanyakan
weren't for me,
mijit.
they'd be in seriously hot
Lu
water.
besok-besok mijitnya ginjal tuh, ginjal pijit.
Still talking to
Habis
this guy.
ginjal ini ya langsung paru-paru tuh pijit.
Good idea.
Biar gak kena
Let's
covid.
check back in with him.
Ini bagus. Jajan dulu ya. Toma. Toma. Kenapa nggak gorok aja sekalian bang? Cuma nih Wan, tombaknya Wan tuh. Ini bagus. Di gue emang kan kagak begitu doang tuh. Ini bagus nih tuh. Ini sakit nih damage-nya nih.
That was quick. You resolved it already?
Actually, we're having a little trouble.
No? Well, by all means, tell me what you need. I'll help as much as I can. Getting you to go fixing things when you've only just arrived is quite a demand. Oh, that guy? I'm familiar. He used to be a bit of a sorry sight, selling shells that he collect on the beach just to get by. But he seems to have
Oh
suddenly
itu
shot
lebih
up in
sakti
the world
madraguna
recently.
daripada Jongos
I can
Nino.
only assume he must have
Tombaknya
found
Jongos
himself a
Ayaka.
patron after leaving the International Trade
Iya
Association.
kan gue kata.
You're saying he used to be a
Belum
member of
aja.
the International Trade Association?
ntar lawan Manggu Kengki kayak gitu kan lu ada sekali sodok.
Yes. Couldn't you tell when you spoke to him?
Di PS lu gue kalah kayak tombak itu. Bagiku sama seperti orang Mostar, setidaknya aku tidak mengerti kesalahan. Iya kok orang Mostar.
That's right. Werner was born in Mondstadt, then went into the shipping business, trading between Leah and Inazuma.
Oh,
When Inazuma closed to the outside world, he was one of a group of
sekali
outlanders
pentung
that
miskin
ended up
7
stranded on
turunan.
Rito.
Iya lah. Kacau kayaknya sih.
The International Trade Association
11
was
turunan
initially very
sih.
generous to him, but over time, with decree after decree, the association members found it increasingly difficult to make ends meet.
So he left the association and turned his back on.
I'm sure it's more nuanced than that. I believe even the most ungrateful and cold-hearted of people still have some amount of gratitude and warmth left in them somewhere.
I
Really?
got it.
Is that all you need to know?
Well then, it sounds like you may have found a way in with him.
Gue belum nyobain ini. Si Easter pakai virus elektro.
Time to go. What are you
Kazua
doing
dapat
back here?
Wan.
Just 'cause I got plenty of
Bisa
time
nggak
on my
dapet sih
hands
Kazua.
doesn't mean I wanna waste any
Alexander
time
the
talking
Great
to you.
dulu kan berhenti perang gara-gara lihat tombak itu, saudara. Wah kacau.
Huh? Where's this coming from?
Tuh misalnya diadu sama tombak Poseidon juga kalah itu Poseidon. Langsung nian nyakah aja suren. 1991 pasti enak. Dia orang
Mondstadt?
Mostad nih, kita
You
flashback
were
dikit.
talking about Mondstadt.
Silakan.
Goodness, I can sense it
Kan
now.
gak usah dipijit bang, gua
So
skip.
familiar.
Lu belum tahu.
The last time I was there.
Tahu.
The scent of
Lu nggak
Mondstadt.
capek bro.
Oh, how it takes me back.
Mau ngapa-ngapain nggak capek. Semua selalu berkatimu. Biarkan angin memandumu asik.
My hometown,
Kayak puisi.
the home of freedom. How I long to go back and visit.
It's working!
Kau naik cewek ya.
Oh,
Buat apa anjing?
So, trying to play my heartstrings like a liar, are you? I know what you're up to. Huh? What is this? What are you up to now?
Udah lah kejar Ayaka. Nah lu gimana sih? Masa kagak dikejar? Ningguang misalnya. Ningguang mulu dari pertama ketemu sampai sekarang masih aja Ningguang.
The sound of the ocean?
Tuh kejar C6 Ningguang lagi mumpung Ipen.
Leah Harbor. I can see it so clearly. Oh, and the sound of the waves.
Udah C berapa Ningguang lu?
Xiao lanterns.
Kalau di total C15
I'm right
Ningguang.
there at the
Ya,
lantern right.
keput deh.
Oh, look at them floating up into
Lu
the
pasti
sky.
dapatnya
This
YNP
guy
mulu
has a
kan lu.
really active
Ningguangnya nggak
imagination.
dapet.
Either that or he really does miss Lila Harbor.
Liyue. Liyue.
Iya. Nah ini Eong banyak kan. Tuh. Apaan sih?
Wait. Stop. That's enough.
Kan
Don't
biarkan
make me
gua
relive it anymore.
ketiga
My poor
kuat.
heart
Oh,
can't
oh.
take it.
Baik banget.
You mean the folks from the International Trade Association? And I
Yeah,
suppose
because
they
we-
are far from home, just like me. Often I'll
Yeah,
sneak
but-
down to the shore at night and
Udah
listen to
channel
the sound of the
gue
waves.
cari lagi biar makin.
I like to imagine it's the voice of my hometown, carried across the ocean.
Dekat sama siapa
I've run
anjing?
into
Deket
folks from the
apaan?
association more than a few times doing just that, but I always hide my face and slip
Deket sama
away.
Tuhan atau gimana?
Don't you think?
Well, no one's stopping you, so...
They're so resilient. None of them had anyone else to rely on, so they rallied together, committed to finding a way to survive. But I couldn't do it. I'm not strong
Aku
enough.
terlalu lembek. Ini
So
lembek.
I caved. Those people,
Orang itu
they'd make the smallest of promises, offer the most measly benefits, and I'd do whatever they asked of me. And make all right. I'll
sama
tell you
dia
the whole
lah.
story. It's eating me up inside, and I can't take it
Apaan
anymore.
lu hari-hari hari-hari.
Talk now?
Kalian C20 bisa berubah jadi nyata. Udahlah, udah. Udah aja. Kalian saya akan melindungi datang bersama teman-teman dari
But I
asosiasi.
betrayed them. I can't show my face there.
Ya,
Come
Akor
on,
dia
you
nih.
scaredy cat. Look, you messed up, but now it's time to make things right. So come on, get it off your chest.
Pantes lu pasti dulunya dimusuhin
scheme
lu
by the
temen lu ya,
tax
dicengin
collection
lu ya.
Ashigaru.
Wibu akut lu.
Keijiro and his companions. They start by overtaxing the merchants,
C20 jadi
then take the
nyata.
extra crystal marrow they receive and stockpile it. Once the merchants run out of places to buy crystal marrow, they get me to sell that extra stock back to the merchants at an extortionate price, with the proceeds going to the tax collection Ashigaru.
It's plain evil gouging them like this.
I'm their puppet,
Lu bukan
yes.
wibu bang, keput
My
dah.
cut is a tiny fraction of what we take
Intel
in
gua banyak nih
total.
Wan.
It's barely
Macem-macem
enough
lu.
for me to live on. Evidence? You're right. Without conclusive evidence, he will never admit it.
Gila.
Now that I think about it, whenever I report
Masa
back to
orang
him after
bohong.
a sale, he always heads to the same
Tapi
place.
ya,
It's always made me suspicious. As it happens, I handed some Mora over to him not long ago. I can show you where he went if you want.
ya kayak gini nih informasi kagak dikubur. Cari jejak Keijiro. Keijiro ini gak ada apa-apaan nih. Gak ada penting, gak ada apa gitu sih. Fokus cerita udah. Cerita mana sih? Jadi ngapain? Ini lupa.
Keijiro, it's him.
Naik amat. Ikuti dia. Kemarin gue bagus-bagusnya Mona juga. Ah, kali. Kali. Set. Iya. Kayak maling. Set. Dia udah pacaran. Sik juga pacaran. Gua aduin lu.
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
All the better thanks to your generous patronage.
Good. Thankfully, I earn plenty these days.
Oh, but of course,
Dia lagi
tax
godain
collection
siapa
is
sih?
difficult work.
Gedein cewek dia.
Now, who else is...
Too close. That's too close. He'll notice us for sure.
So close. Bodo amat.
He's getting further and further.
What was that sound?
Kok bisa nunduk di HP? Nggak ada tombol yang nunduk. Ada anjing di HP bangsat.
Must be hearing things.
Masa sih gak ada
Right,
bisa
behind
anjing.
schedule. I need to hurry.
Bisa nunduk anjing. Yang itu yang tempat yang skill. HP lu cacat kali. Gue rusak berarti udah ganti HP lah. Rigid mulu duitnya. Ganti HP, Evercross tuh setnya. Kok enggak apa ya?
What could he be doing at a place like this?
Very, nah tuh app yang buat support Genshin itu. Nah, kita cek.
Whoa, it's
Tuh,
a ledger. Boring.
catatan gua
That
itu.
he'd hidden a big pile of
Itu
more
aja biar double speaker ya. Bagus juga sih, itu kuat tuh. Model iklannya kan Deddy Komputer melimbat, wih, udah pasti kuat dah, tahan banting.
Yeah.
Let me take a look here. Ah, yes. This is what we're looking for. A clear and complete record of it.
Great! Well, now we have our hard evidence. Let's go tell Karisu the good news, shall we?
Kurishi.
I'll say goodbye to you here then.
Huh? You aren't gonna come with us?
Buat mau beli es ya
I need a
hidayah
little
sih
more
buat
time
Mendo.
before
Tadi
I'm ready
kagak
to
kuat,
face the
kemarin
head
gue
of
udah
the
nyoba.
association.
Kagak
I'm
bisa
sorry.
dia. Gak bisa spam skill.
Werner's a pretty awkward guy, huh?
Kalau mau main Dota pakai ini, Asberry. Nah, dulu kuat banget tuh sama Tasko. Itu udah smooth banget itu. Buat main Dota mah.
Let's go.
Go.
But we really don't have anything left. If this keeps up, our sales will come in at a loss. There'll be nothing left for us to do but starve.
You know the decree. The rules are the rules. No discounts,
Rules
no
is
exceptions,
rules.
and
Yeah,
no
what the-
excuses.
Wih, langsung
And who are
nabrak.
you? Another new member of the association?
It just so happens that we found your little ledger, so now we're here to tell everyone all about how you embezzled crystal marrow to sell it right back to the taxpayers.
Zaman gue masih
Is this
SMS-an
true?
tuh bangke. Ya.
You've been swindling us.
Well, you see, the taxes,
Let me take a look at the ledger.
Kirain gue lu ngirim surat lewat kantor,
Well,
pos
would you
bukan
look at
SMS.
that? Every payment the association has made is right here in your personal ledger. So, Mr. Keijiro, it seems you have some explaining to do. How shall we settle this,
so you think you can use this against me, do you? It's quite obvious that I'm merely trying to earn a modest living for myself, like anyone else.
Word has it that Samurai and the Commission place great importance on reputation and prestige. Though I'm sure Commission members won't blame you once word gets out.
Huh? Is that a threat? Are you threatening me?
Gue mau
No,
lihat
not
rumah
at
dulu bang.
all. I'm simply
jemput
stating that
ayah
it
ya.
would be quite a
Ayah
pity
kah,
if an
anjing,
illustrious
ayah.
gentleman such as yourself
Kucing
were to
lah.
have their reputation tarnished.
Well, even if
Ya
what you
itu
say
hak
is
lu,
true,
nggak mungkin lu
what do you
beli.
suggest we do about it?
I believe you still have a quantity of crystal marrow in your possession, correct? Perhaps that crystal marrow could be used as compensation for the recent tax hike, and us merchants could finally have some more
Kasian dia
breathing room.
Is
nungguin ya.
that it?
Ntar
You
ntar
have
gue
any
dapet
idea
gue.
the hoops I had to jump through to get the
Tungguin aja
crystal
sampai
marrow and
habis.
keep it hidden? Fine. In that case, I'll send it over to you today.
And not even an ounce of shame for his actions.
So that's it? My shop's been closed for weeks now. I've even had to ask my friends to help bail me out. What about my losses?
Come on, Harrison. We've already struck a good deal here.
I'm sick of being pushed around like this. I won't let him off so easily.
Harrison!
Hey, what's all this racket? Does someone dare question the decree?
Ah, Chief, you've arrived.
What was all the commotion I heard just now?
Oh, we were just discussing a minor tax issue. I do my utmost to lend them a helping hand, but they're never grateful.
A helping hand? The only thing you're
Coba
doing is
coba,
stuffing your
oke,
greedy
thank you,
pockets
Wan.
with our hard-earned wealth. I assure you that Hirage Shinsuke will hear of this.
Oh, and you dare to utter the Commissioner's name. You Outlanders have no risk. Seize the merchants. We will resolve this dispute back at headquarters.
Uh-oh. This is going in a bad direction.
Gentlemen, come now. Is there any need for this? If there's a dispute to resolve, let's get a drink and talk it over.
Who are you supposed to be? And why in my right mind would I join you for a drink?
You never heard of the Fixer?
Here's my card.
Huh. You're from the Yashiro Commission.
Shh.
Huh. Well, this is Kanjo Commission territory. However powerful the Yashiro Commission may be, you have no business meddling in Rito's affair.
Of course not, of course not. Still, perhaps you could show the young...
Kipas.
lady lady of our clan some courtesy. You wouldn't want your name showing up in a petition to the Shogun, would you?
That fan, the Shirasagi Himegimi. I don't need any trouble with her. Okay, let's forget all this. It'll give us one less thing to worry about.
But, Chief!
Enough! We're leaving.
Let's get dinner one day soon, gentlemen. My treat, I insist. No response, huh? I suppose that bridge is well and truly burned then.
Thank you so much, Toma. But I'm sorry your relationship with the Kanjo Commission had to suffer for our sake.
Hey, I was joking. It's a small price to pay, and you're more than welcome. If there's anyone you should be thanking, it's the Traveler. He's the one who found a way to turn things around. If nothing else, I'm sure the tax collection Ashigaru will tread a little more carefully in the future.
Toma, what was all that?
Shh, not here. Too many people listening. Let's move somewhere else. Corruption seems rife in the Kanjo Commission. They truly are rotten to the core. All right. Time for me to answer your questions. What would you like to know? Straight to the point. Let me reintroduce myself. I belong to the Kamisato clan of the Yashiro Commission on Narukami Island. I'm an attendant of the Shirasagi Himegimi.
You've been keeping your true identity a secret from us this whole time? So, the Yashiro Commission. Guessing that's another branch of the Tri-Commission?
Correct. The Kamisato clan is the head of the Yashiro Commission, who manage ceremonial and cultural affairs. I'd go into more detail on what exactly that covers, but I'm not even sure myself. I'm just someone who was fortunate enough to be taken in by the Kamisato clan. My role is to take care of the daughter of the clan, Kamisato Ayaka, also known as the Shirasagi Himegimi.
Seems like she must be super famous in Inazuma, given the reaction of those guys just now.
Oh, most definitely. She's graceful, dignified, and kind-hearted too. The people of Inazuma quite adore Miss Kamisato. Her fame even somewhat eclipses that of her older brother, Kamisato Ayato, despite the fact that he's the current head of the clan. I suppose those who treat others with compassion earn themselves the same treatment in return. Miss Kamisato's situation certainly seems to attest to that. Take me, for example. I'm just an attendant, and yet she treats me as an equal, as she would a friend. You're asking the right questions, and to be honest, I don't want to keep you in the dark any more than is necessary. Firstly, you should know that being a fixer is not something you can fake. I spent the better part of a month tirelessly building up a network of relationships on the island, and I got to know Captain Beto during that time too.
Still pretty good going for just a month's work.
Well, maybe I have a slight knack for schmoozery. But the main thing was, I had to make sure I'd be in time to receive you. Inazuma may have closed off to the outside world, but that hasn't stopped a lot of people from hearing about your feats in Mondstadt and Liyue. So, when Miss Kamisato heard of your intention to come to Inazuma, she began looking forward to your arrival with great anticipation. She's excited to find out whether the rumors are true. That is, that you have what it takes to change the tide of the times.
Change the tide of the times?
In the test I gave you earlier, although there were a few hiccups at the end, it was you who found the way to turn the situation, navigating powerful people, using their character flaws to your advantage. With your help, even the Vision Hunt decree... That's an unexpected development. Perhaps our source... Yes, of course. I completely understand, and as agreed, I shall help set that up for you.
Toma sure didn't put up much of a fight.
Well, my work on Rito is done. So I suppose this is goodbye for now. Oh, one more thing. This invitation letter is for you. When you get to Narukami Island, you can find me at the Komori Tea House, as per the letter. Good luck with everything. See you soon.
Toma's not such a bad guy, huh? We should should get going. Huh? What's up? Oh, right! Paimon forgot all about that! Wait, so did Toma forget that too? Oh, darn it! No wonder he was so matter-of-fact about the whole thing! As soon as we get off Ritu, Paimon's going straight to Komura Tea House to settle the score! Well, guess we should give it a try. Let's head to the border and see how far we get.
Stop there. Present your travel permits.
Sorry, but we really gotta get to Narukami Island. It's kinda urgent.
If you don't have a travel permit, this is as far as you'll get. Those are the rules.
As expected. Traveler, you gotta think of something. How do we get out of Rito? Are you saying we should go and meet with the Kanjo Commissioner? Guess it can't hurt to try. Even if Paimon has a few choice words, who knows? Maybe he's our biggest fan.
Halt! This is the Kanjo Commissioner's office. No trespassers.
We're here to see, the Kanjo Commissioner?
The Kanjo Commissioner seldom entertains Outlanders. Leave now or we'll be forced to...
Ah, wait.
Oh, Commissioner!
These two are honored guests from afar. No need to give them the usual spiel. Come on in. Let's see what we can do for you.
Huh! Did you get all that, Mr.
My sincere apologies.
I am Hiragi Shinsuke, Kanjo Commissioner and head of the Hiragi clan. It's an honor to meet you both.
Nice to meet you, sir. So, the reason we wanted to come and see you was because...
All right, all in good time. Two travelers renowned far and wide have shown up to see me, and I should very much like to make their...
So what you're saying is, we really are pretty famous, huh?
Absolutely. How many other people in the world have what it takes to knock the wind out of Storm Terror's sails and put the overlord of the vortex back under the sea, eh?
Exactly! Paimon thinks you make an excellent point.
And I hear you also foiled a Fatui plot in Liyue Harbor. Even be-
Whoa! You heard about that too? Yep, it's
As I thought.
Something wrong?
No. I'm simply awestruck by you both is all. Rito is greatly honored to have you visit us. One other thing I heard about you is your great zeal for helping other people.
Well, sure, no problem. Whatever you need, right?
Excellent. Well then, you must know the GENSHIN. A flower grows on the mountain.
Yep, we've picked a few of those before. So,
Yes, bring me 300 GENSHIN, would you? Freshly picked, I mean.
did Paimon hear that wrong?
Too much trouble, is it? Then how about this? We have a few items that need delivering. Perhaps you can help with that?
That sounds much more like it.
709 letters to be precise.
Hey, what gives? How come you don't have people to do that already?
Terribly sorry. We're just a little short on people lately.
What sort of an explanation is that? Traveler, what are we going to do? Should we really help this guy?
That's the spirit. Don't keep me waiting too long now.
You're seriously considering taking this job? The terms are ridiculous.
Halt, you two!
Huh?
Miss Hiragi has a letter for you.
A letter? Quick, let Paimon see. So this means she wants you to secretly meet her at night? But you didn't seem surprised at all by this. What's... Huh?
Time to go. The wind knows me.
Ah, you finally arrived. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Hiragi Chisato. This is technically the second time we have met. It's a...
Wow. She's the daughter of the Hiragi clan, all right.
No need to be so formal. I've long marveled at your accomplishments, and at last we have the chance to meet.
Is it Paimon, or does something seem a bit off here?
The reason why I wanted to secretly meet you here is... well, I feared that...
Discuss what?
Ahem. I should like to ask for your help with delivering a letter.
Like father, like daughter.
No, you misunderstand me. I was hoping that you could deliver... My father has always There is no...
Pop!
Of course, in doing so, I will also do effort to be perfectly honest. As long as you remain in INAZUMA...
Yeah, we figured as much. It was pretty
I secretly overheard a conversation between my father and a very arrogant... They seem to be discussing how to keep you here on Rito. In fact... it was the first time I had ever heard my father speak so respectfully to someone who wasn't the Shogun. We don't have much time. I'll tell you my plans to help you off the island. It just... Very well. I'll be waiting for you.
One with nature.
with nature.
I can't believe I got assigned this task.
The wind knows me. Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth. This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer. Follow the wind.
Hold on, please. These goods are being sent to Watatsumi Island?
My lady, this is an unexpected honor. You are correct. These goods have been repeatedly requested by the Kanjo Com—
Is there something wrong, lady?
No, as you were. My father simply has some
My lady, you aren't suggesting that you—
Please, do not cause us any further delay. If memory serves me right—
Yes, of course, my lady. It's just that—
Now, need I do you really presume that you can fully—
Boy, Chisato can talk the talk.
Yes, my lady. Very well then. It's an honor to have you accompanying us.
Shinojo, you can't really be agreeing to—
Well, the request is from Lady Hiragi herself.
Yes, but that's—
Well then, if we're through here, I suggest we set off at once. Dawdling—
Yes, my lady. You heard—
My lady, please stay back. We'll handle it.
Not as well as we'll handle it. Speed of light.
Such a big pain. The wrong test subject.
One with nature.
Have a little taste.
Monster sighted. Prepare to counterattack. Protect Lady Hiragi at all costs.
We'll take care of this. Stay with Chisato.
Into the wind.
Watch out! More monsters inbound. Lady Hiragi, stay close.
My blade! There's more! One with nature! The wind knows me.
Like this.
We can take refuge in the village up ahead. How are you faring, my lady?
I'm perfectly all right. You may start. In my letter, I've requested comment.
My lady.
So that's...
No, Lady Hero.
I'm not afraid to say that
The one...
Shinojo.
What? No,
you two needn't worry.
Yes, of course.
Don't fret. My father is... I wish you a safe...
Bye, Chisato!
Come now. Quit your staring and let's get moving. We've got goods to shift.
All right.
We're finally on our own way again. I suppose it's time we find Toma. Now, where did he say he would meet us again? Oh, right! Komori Tea House!
One with nature. Time to go.
Let's get down to business.
The wind moves.
Feel my blade.
Think you can bully me? Incoming.
One with nature.
Move. Carry my blade. Final cut. You know a thing or two. The fairy.
The wind knows me. Into the wind. nature. The wind knows me. There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
It's my lucky day.
One with nature.
Thing or two. My blade. Glory. Finally, no.
Time to go. Time to go.
Wih, Cal. Ini PC, Cal. Main di mana lagi? Saya lihat yang seperti ini.
Into the wind.
Oh iya, ini di PC ya. Maafkan, lupa. Gimana ceritanya, Cal? Saya lupa. Ini mikirin apa lu? Lupa gitu.
Speed of light.
Klikmu rusak ya bang, yang gini kayaknya mau lincah.
One with nature. Time to go.
Ngomong dapat ayaka lu kecil, keras juga. Ada aja. INAZUMA City. Benar.
Ad Astra Abyss.
According to the letter, this should be the place.
Sorry, we don't serve the general public. I'm afraid you'll have to leave.
Wait! We're not the general public.
Well then, you must be a couple of wandering outlanders that snuck into the nation, judging by your attire.
Are our clothes really so... what Paimon means to say is...
The Yashiro Commission's seal. This must be from Mr. Toma. It seems there's more to you than meets the eye. In which case, welcome to the Komore Tea House, a safe haven for the Yashiro Commission.
Well, that sounds more like it. Well, now that we're here, where's Toma? Paimon doesn't see him anywhere. Do you think he forgot his promise to meet us?
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
What? Is that dog talking to us?
Relax. No need to look so surprised. I take it this is the first time you've seen me in this form? Huh. So you didn't see anything like this when you were in Liyue Harbor?
Now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of the ordinary.
Alright, I've had my fun.
Hey! You're this close to getting an ugly nickname, mister!
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been waiting here for you for so long, as was the case in Rita. So I came up with this little fun greeting. But in all seriousness, I would like to it helped us determine whether or not to bring you before Miss Kamisato, and whether you had the courage to face the lightning alongside us.
Don't think that Paimon's gonna forgive you just because you're getting all serious now.
Sorry, did I overdo it? My apologies. Let me just say this. You've often found yourself skirting the rules from the very beginning, haven't you? Naturally, this is due to your unwavering and resolute determination. A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same. But, so you've heard of his story. His light still burns all the more brightly. Yes, of course. I will bring you to the Kamisato residence where the But before that, there is one other place I was hoping you both would accompany me to.
Oh? Where?
I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god. It's still under construction now, but you can already see it from practically anywhere on Narukami Island. Time to go.
This area sure feels gloomy. Huh? Are Paimon's eyes playing tricks? Or...
Visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt Decree are put into this statue?
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt Decree. Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that Mondstadt is the city of freedom, and as for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity. The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful ruler and its deity. The Eternity in question is her endless and unchanging will to... As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the nation's affairs, and the Sakoku Decree to limit the people's movement. The Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma...
Seems like every god has their own will.
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. As for the reason behind the recent Vision Hunt Decree, perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people the power to change, and that her eternity doesn't allow for such instability to exist. Whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the Tenryo Commission to and this statue of the omnipresent god can be seen as Inazuma's symbol of eternity.
But if that's the case, wouldn't you say that the Raiden Shogun is being... oh, I don't know.
Only outlanders such as yourselves would ever dare speak out so directly against the Raiden Shogun. And yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt Decree is something that simply should...
Huh?
Sound? What sound? I didn't hear anything. Did something happen?
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then what?
Aspirations? That would seem to confirm the saying. Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look upon them with favor. That is where visions come from. In other words, a person's vision represents their ambition. So if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined. Alright, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Finally!
Time to go. Time to go. The wind knows me. That hurt! Into the wind.
with nature. Into the wind. One with nature. The wind knows me.
Speed of light.
winch knows me.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade.
Wind Strider.
So, this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh? Paimon kinda expected it to be snazzier.
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guest. Miss Kamisato is delighted to finally meet you.
Is this the Shirasage Himegimi you keep going on about? So, where's she at? Oh, behind the screen?
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss Kamisato is accustomed to receiving guests. Consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission. Forgive me if this is an unwelcome surprise.
Makes sense. She's a super important person after all.
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion, especially following such a long and wearisome journey over the sea. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation, and Toma assures me that you do indeed possess the power to change the tide of the times. At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspirations are being senselessly trampled underfoot. Though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with whom we share close bonds, given the contact we are required to have with them in the performance of our duties. A commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Thus, we cannot remain indifferent to this situation without also remaining indifferent to our own fate. Traveler, lend us your power, and we can... Oh.
See, milady, it's just like I said. This will take us nowhere.
No, please! Wait! Please, don't go! I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition. You must fulfill 3 small wishes on my behalf.
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps once you've met them, you will understand.
A warrior who guards a
Bang,
village,
ada
a
kondangan
former
ketemu
samurai
mungkin
who helped
jemik
carry
ya.
out the Vision Hunt Decree, and a
Lagi
swordmaster determined to become
PPKM
the
Cal,
best in the world.
Correct.
Pernah ada
Please
undang-undangan
do all
acara-acara
you
gitu
can
ya.
to help them.
Buka warung
I will await
diusir.
your return here. Then you have my gratitude.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Buka warungnya diusir Caca.
One with nature.
Don't blink.
Bisa, ntar ya.
The wind knows me.
There's more! One stroke will suffice.
Pew pew. Incoming.
One with nature.
To the very... Take this!
Don't blink.
This is over! Cut down. Like this.
Time to go. Into the wind.
Purging transgression.
Clouds high. The birds come.
Incoming. With sword comes shadow. On the rock. Winter shall be
PKM ya ada istilahnya pemerintah itu buat menghindari UU nomor 8 tahun 2012 mengenai karantinaan. Ya mau gimana ya? Begitu nggak apa hukum ya.
This is pushing it.
Suka-suka dia aja udah. Kurang ngerti. Jalan. Tinggi juga ya.
Don't blink.
The wind knows me. One with nature. with nature. Into the wind.
Time to go.
Incoming.
Bodoh. Bang, ada puzzle yang belum paham. Ini tuh belum paham. Ada benda-benda yang saling link dari kayak gitu. Aku belum ketemu cah. Belum ketemu. Bukan teleport.
One with nature.
Don't blink.
Gitu.
Incoming. Don't blink.
Berarti udah daya kok belum bang? Belum mau sombong lu ya? Wih, selamat pagi. Halo Cal. Repit baru mendusin. Dapat lu Cal ya kelicel ya. Anjing belum. Ada juga tuh quest yang belum selesai bang, yang ada banyak bayangan Miko di kuil tua. Mana ya? Yang ini kali, yang tentuin tiang listriknya kagak tuh, yang nomor set gitu. Yang ntar pas sudah dibuka muncul apa tuh? Muncul Oci apa tuh? Udah lupa.
Let's see. Where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden, after all these years?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. We've had no time to prepare. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please, we urge you to reconsider.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about. Let's go over and see.
If you want my opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt decree. It's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong, and still they confiscated his vision. After that, he became a completely different person.
Udah jauh juga loh bang. Gua dari rumah belum buka semua. Sebenarnya yang jauh bukan gua. Biasa babang David. Dia tawa duluan dia.
Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right thing to do. But equally,
Kan tadi bilang gua agen si Mioyo gua.
He's a lost soul.
Seems like he's a well-respected guy around
Tapi
here.
benar kan yang itu? Teka-teki yang itu puzzle lah.
You must also. Tejima has protected this place ever since he arrived here 30 years ago. Keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any. But now,
Sebenarnya gue udah dikasih akun trial
he says
sebelum
he plans
ini,
to leave
2
us.
minggu sebelum
We can't
rilis.
help but wonder, was it something we did? We will
Gue
gladly apologize
dikit
if
tahu
that's the
lah.
case.
You must be Tejima. So what's made you want to up and leave all of a sudden?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what reason I would have to stay. True, but that's not why I chose to stay here. And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted to leave in all that time? I don't have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my vision away, it's like a slump. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then, it's gone now. So I thought,
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason you chose to stay, you won't need to leave anymore, right?
Udah sama udah bang. Nah, setelah itu yang bingung pikir tua yang banyak pengen mikir kayak barang
Maybe if you just try a little harder to
kayaknya belum
remember,
deh.
then it'll all come flooding back.
Oh,
Sumur
that
gua,
reminds
sumur
me.
gua.
Last time I brought Tejima some fruit, I do believe I saw him writing.
Kayak belum, om gua masih ngerawain kota. Ini cuma situ masih ngerawain situ gue nyari petik.
And what's more, I remember.
Ya baru sih ini kan, udah tinggalan gua.
Mind, we will leave you to find the diary. We should have.
Tinggalan jauh cah.
This looks like Tejima's diary, all right. Let's see what we have here. Today, the
Padahal tadi gue nanya, lu udah dapet apa belum Ayaka? Malah bahas jadi puzzle.
so I had to pretend that it was
Dapet kagak lu?
I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, He told me that his best friend Bantu was still in the water. I searched the water the whole afternoon before finding out that Bantu was the name of his pet crab. I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized I was never going to get it back, so I just found somewhere to sit and watch as it flew away into the distance. Seems like your average diary of daily village life. Huh? Wait, there's more! I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. Now that's the kind of info we're looking for. Time.
Kan lu udah tahu gue dapat, nggak perlu tanya lah apa perlu gue heramin. Ini kan pura-pura gue mah. Habis berapa, Cal? Habis berapa juta? Habis berapa juta buat Ayaka?
Interesting. Looking at the color and the design, Paimon would have thought it belonged to a child. But anyway, if he had this with him...
Gue nggak top up kok. Skip banner. Ah iya. Bohong lu, Cal.
The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe Tejima buried something precious.
Mana ada skip.
Something that must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick.
Yang di profil nggak ditongolin aja nih. Di profil nggak tongolin aja. Masih baca.
A letter. The paper's gone yellow. Must have been written a really long time ago. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again? So the reason Tejima... But he's been here for 30 years! Well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back and take it from...
Nih, mana Ical. Cakun. Online lagi. Nih. Apaan weekly dapet cuma 2 bisa batu. Cal nges mulu. Udah bis berapa, Cal? Masa sih nggak top up? Gue winner gue skip. Gue nggak suka Kazuha. Sedangkan Bantu lebih mantap. Kalau EM masih bagusan Sucrose. Iya sih. Cuma lu nggak pengen begini, Cal. Nggak pengen gitu. Ngebuff lagi, Cal. Tarik lagi tuh. Enak. Bantu kan nungguin ulti dulu.
That's certainly my handwriting. And I guess the Omamorian letter belonged to me too. But I have no memory of anything that's written in this diary.
No better skip.
Still,
Tapi kli dapat.
it's clear that I was waiting for someone here, and that I chose to wait for 30 years. Over the years, I must have made a note of any... And just look at all the... How could I have forgotten something? Love? Regret? No. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if... I think... Maybe not. Although... What if she were to turn up eventually? Only to find I didn't remember so much as her name. Wouldn't that... When I think about it like that, I do feel... How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? Thank you both for helping me I shall remain here and keep waiting.
Gue ngincar pedang yang baru sih itu. P3 tuh 50-an. Gue belum ngecek sih P3 berapa. Cuma habis kemarin. Kemarin belum dapet. Kayak belum nyampe 50-an. Tapi kan itu nggak bisa ini. Belum tentu dapet.
Well,
Tapi nggak tahu udah fitur barunya maksudnya gimana. Ya, ini nih. Pipet adalah mekanik kalau setelah kamu menentukan senjata pilihanmu. Jika kamu menerima senjata bintang 5 yang bukan pilihanmu, 1 poin takdir. Setelah kamu membawa poin takdir yang cukup, senjata bintang 5 yang kamu poin takdir kamu. Oh, berarti kalau udah dipilih ada ya. Ini kalau udah milih, berarti kalau misalnya kita milih ini dapat ini, berarti jadi 1 poin, nggak dapat senjatanya. Rugi dong. Kau buat F2P mah. Rugi gak sih? Oh ya, jadi udah bisa begini nih. Jadi 5 lah. Iya sih, kurang suka gue sama aturan baru banner weapon tuh. Iya. Kan misal kalau lu milih nih udah seleksi, terus lu dapetnya bukan yang pilihan lu, dapetnya poin kan, dapet senjata. Jatuhnya rugi. Di situ udah ngumpulin beberapa poin kan. Berarti lu udah dapet bintang 5 berkali-kali biar permainkan kita. Sengaja kita dikasih 3 kali weapon yang enggak kita pilih. Iya pasti begitu ntar. Emang kunyuk di paksa buat keluar duit dengan ayaka kan lumayan untuk dapet satu. Bisa ngejar nih, uang bisa ngejar cowok ya. Karena sih sesuai selera juga.
And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no doubt.
What? We just happened to be passing by. We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time.
Bantu
Perhaps you
saya
can help. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue
bagusan juga pedangnya ini nih, Kurosawa. Bisa digaca.
Now, he said he's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun does.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she ever want us to help someone like him? Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and see what he has to say.
Lu sempet bingung gak, Cel? Kazuha kan buronan nih, INAZUMA. Tapi lu ke Kazuha nih. Nih, tuh. Gak bakal ditangkap ya? Lu bingung gak, Cel? Gue bingung nih, Cel. Kadang juga pengen sih bang punya weapon yang bagus, rada-rada fancy gitu, tapi sayang dompet tidak kompatibel. Ya, Tuhan menciptakan 2 ginjal nih, Cel nih. Kenapa nggak jual 1 gitu? Ya, lumayan lah. Bukan bisa ke Genshin doang, masih bisa beli beras, beli kursi roda, cukup. Ya kan? Jadi memanfaatkan sebisa mungkin lah apa yang Tuhan berikan. Mereka kegelap. Masa gelap ya, bener lah saran gue, Cal. Ya kalau mau ngikutin gak apa-apa yang ngikutin ya, bagus lah ya, bisa bagi-bagi rezeki ke gue juga sebagai pencetus ide.
I have this unsettling feeling, like someone owes me something.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provision?
I didn't take
Ini
any.
nyampe mana, Cal? Ngerawat, Cal?
To top it all off, my
house was just raided by
Bener
treasure
bang,
hoarders.
iya bener bang, bener
Which is
gelap.
why I came here in the first place.
Lu merem kali jadi
I was
gelap.
chasing after them when I got held up by these two.
Coba
If
buka
you don't
mata lu
believe
dah.
me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were any emergency provisions.
He seems to be telling the truth, but we better confirm. Let's go round up those treasures. We
Masih
should
ada
be able to
treasure
follow
hoarder.
their tracks. They couldn't have gone too far.
Time to go.
Kalau nggak ginjal ya ini nyulik anak orang, cari yang cakep di komplek lu. Mending merem kalau melek tak sanggup lihat kenyataan ini ya. Skip agak lo, males gua. Udah terima kenyataan aja sih.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more where this came from. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic journey of pillage and plunder that will go down in hoarder history. You demand, boss.
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after. Let's teach them a lesson.
Berantem lagi, itu teh minum. Biar tuh, Kazua gitu kan. Kan Kazua. Tuh rata. Gitu dong rata. Enak kan tuh.
Come on, boss. Think of something. Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you. Kurosawa. Oh, I remember.
Oh, Penti sama Ting sama tinggal itik lagi nonton.
Just our luck.
So what did you see inside? Was it
Dia balik lagi sesuai selera. Karena gue gak punya Penti kan.
You kidding? That place was a complete mess.
Bang, kok hilang? Jangan mati bang. Kalau gue nonton sini, gue jangan mati. Ya, agak kan tadi gue bilang gue pengen minum anjing.
So I was planning on opening it myself once we got back.
Taran minum.
How about we make a deal?
Pengen ditaruh iklan belum ada sponsor.
What do you say?
Pengen taruh iklan. Udah dong, teman-teman Discord suruh pada join dong sini dong. Mari kita ngobrol pada. Kita bahas. INAZUMA nih, bagus kok kagak nih. Ayaka, gue belum beli Ayaka nih, belum dikasih akun yang ada Ayaka. Belum nemu komboy juga.
Yes, of course. So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
kali kita situ selalu mulut lu. Aduh, itu Discord kayak hidup enggak mati pun tak mau anjing. Ya namanya Discord gitu kan. Semua Discord dulu gitu. Sebenarnya sih aktif, man guanya aja yang males. Kayak gimana ya Discord ya? Gue emang jarang ngomong anjing. Suara game di Epic chill banget bang. Masa sih gede nih ya? Nih, gede nggak? Gede dong. Gede nih. Nah, gede dong. Masa sih enggak?
Or perhaps there's something you want to... so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it? Perhaps you're here to pay off his debts.
Whoa, let's not get ahead.
Tadi soalnya ada yang bilang kegedean suara game-nya. Gue juga ngomongnya pelan nih, Cal. Emang lagi ngedit suara.
Let me think. Kurosawa
Oke,
would
agak
come
mendingan.
regularly
Oke.
to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his own account. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So,
Jadi
he
sehat kan, Cal?
started writing out...
Nggak ikutan sakit.
Getting those emergency provisions. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, couldn't he just buy less?
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much they needed to sustain them each time.
Gak berhasil,
Kurosawa
cuma
thought
gitu coba
that
aja.
it would
Baru
be
nyampe
quite the
situ.
disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough, especially after such loss. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing all the and no one ever appreciated what he did. They just
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, nobody cares to think twice. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, then there wouldn't be such a severe backlash now. Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing was truly a thankless deed. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provision, if you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself? I see. That reminds me. It seems that his vision was recently
Kalau gua
confiscated.
nungguin AFK soalnya butuh GPS
If he
Ayo
doesn't clear the debt on his name,
agak
he'll have
kewalahan
no choice but to sell that
handling
sword
cash
that
tiap
is so
kali
dear to
kita.
him.
Tai anjing.
Oh, didn't he tell you?
Yang penting kayak C6 kan. Kayak C6 OP. Kayak lu kayak itu. Kayak tanpa frustrasi.
In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Everything has its price. At least that's what I think. Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Oh, but
wah ini berjuang keras. Kayak C1
don't worry. I won't charge.
Kayak C1 dengan cerita ini aja.
Let's go talk to Kurosawa again and see if he can remember it.
Jangan mandir. HP gue males nih. Males banget jangan lupa. Dari atas situ gue gampang gak deketnya sih. Gue nggak tahu kayak gue C berapa ya. Lalu ngecek juga. Kayak gue C berapa sih? Kayak. Oh C1 juga kan. Gue kira C7. Segitu ya. Ayaka mantep banget, setiap lu selesai dash pukulannya jadi kayu sama iya makan itu gue ngincer anjing. Gue ngejar banget ini gue.
Either they left or I drew my sword. It turned out to be a real time
Ntar gue
saver actually.
dapet.
Perhaps I just
Gue share ke grup
Did you
Discord.
manage to track down the
Kalau
treasure?
dapet.
That just about sums it up. It distributing emergency
Cek bahaya banget
provisions.
ini.
But then
Strange.
Tertawa.
Is that really the kind of person I don't really have any such recollection. Even after all you've told me, I still don't remember anything. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation?
Ya udah level berapa
But I
ya
cannot
kan?
deny that when I brandished my
90.
sword to scare those two away, this sword was once wielded by my father. I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. My father ended up catching me in the end. What did he say? I can't seem to remember. It would seem that I forgot. All I can remember now and said to me.
hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be some more. Can you recognize the words?
Virtue and just somehow those two words seem to explain everything now. Taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my greatest ambition after all. But what use are virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for the Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the very people I was so dead. And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening them with my blade. I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad. I don't know what to do with myself.
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. The Yashiro... In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems like losing all ambition is a terrible experience. Fortunately for us, you don't have a vision. Let's go find the next poor soul.
Orang Malang, jauh juga dari INAZUMA. Malang. Waduh, lagi nih, berapa lagi sih gua? Tidak banyak. Mas. Nggak ribet nih, Cak. Oh, enak banget. Nggak capek.
The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts. Hyman heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. Sounds pretty impressive. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around. Let's go talk to them.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end, didn't he?
Maybe, but I'm still worried about... Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken him. This time, though...
It's just because he's been possessed.
Diem,
That's all. Once the exorcism has taken place...
Jangan mati dulu, Cak.
Did something happen?
Biar kan cuma gua doang di sini, jangan mati dulu.
I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here immediately! Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No, you got it so wrong. We just came here to,
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui art. It's the whole reason we came all this way, to seek him out. But then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got possessed or something.
From the way you're dressed, please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got... I see you are earnest in Sensei's name, though self-taught. He once said that... And so... But then...
Not long ago, he says the strangest things over and over. Junya and I have... But if I'm honest...
The Grand Narukami...
You haven't heard of it? Not that we'd have... So don't worry,
Enak tuh spiral sekarang, nggak mau gampang.
The exorcism will take place this evening.
So...
Kamu 18, 24, 17, 24. 3 lewat.
The scenery is wonderful.
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive any early. Just now, when Nanako was attending to him, she heard him whispering a few names to himself. When she asked him who the people were, he suddenly looked panic-stricken and pushed her away. It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically around him, all the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew, others we didn't recognize. But they all seemed to be the name. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His senior, in fact. But Sensei defeated him in a duel many years. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. Thankfully, the Shrine Maidens managed to subdue him. So the ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the result. Here's hoping Sensei will be... Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch...
Iya. Ngumpet begitu aja.
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh, we won't let them get away with it. Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious
How did you... Are you sure you're Domon's disciple? Unless...
and what are you doing?
Bad news? I don't care to talk.
His senior?
Anzai? Yes, that's me.
Anzai.
Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, I had begun training practitioners of Make Yoshi Sui art, seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. So the majority of disciples are indifferent to rank and reward. I was no exception. But Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, with a beaming smile on his face, how to become the best in the world. Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best sword master, barely days into his training, showed that he had a fickle mind, and that this would impede him from ever mastering the blade. I thought so too at the time, but Domon began making swift progress in his training, and even started catching up with me. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind from all agitation. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection.
Sure sounds like he meant business. So how come you don't want to ever see...
Because until he, of all the disciples, Domon's arrived later. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, though, I still respected his mastery of the blade, and his commitment to the... So, when I heard Ru, I decided to quietly come and see if it were... So you see... Okay, you've heard my story. You should...
Seems still kind
So, come on.
What? You're saying he isn't possessed? Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible?
Nanako, please.
I'm sorry. With what powers I have, I could... But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this, and all is certainly not lost.
Lady Yai? Is that...
The same Lady Yai that I think...
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience in the exorcism of evil spirits and aversion of great calamities. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei, but Lady Yai can give a conclusive verdict.
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for Lady Yai?
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand Narukami Shrine. Lady Yai does not like to be kept waiting. I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine. I wish Domon a full and speedy recovery.
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice of our sensei's case?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve Lady Yai's attention?
No, that's not what I meant at all. You misunderstand me. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close contact with the almighty Shogun herself. Anyway, you should join us too, tomorrow. Given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei, we, the disciples of Meikyo Shisui...
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Yai. We're curious to meet her too. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out a thing or two about the Raiden children from her.
Well, tomorrow ini kok. Yeah. Untung dulu aktif. Gak capek.
Time to go. Time to go.
Time.
Do you think that's Lady Yai? Also, is it...
Keep away. I gave up the art.
As you can see, Domon has
Lady Yai, this is nothing...
I'm sorry, but... yeah, unable to cope as one who is... As for what has triggered...
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yai, even without his ambition, why should he suffer such a dramatic change? How does that explain his descent into madness?
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve it. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself had taught. Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both? Can one truly remain unagitated, of still mind in moments such as these?
Lady Yai, I'm not sure I understand.
The path of the Swordmaster is filled with twists and turns. It is no small undertaking to pursue the position of greatest Swordmaster in the world. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others, even those of one's closest companions. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these encounters, to focus on the way ahead. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself.
Poor Sensei.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Father. Sensei.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Aunt? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Ansai. Why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost? You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would come. I never should have...
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. But I didn't come here to settle a score. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold... Now I know that, but that is no reason to...
But what if one day I put everything I had into trying to become the best?
But what if it was all a huge mistake? If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day?
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates, I told myself I can't know whether I will suffer in my future. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my head.
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually, all of us think that.
Goodness.
You see? You can place the ambition. Being stripped of your ambition is something. So, just as you are not in the same.
I'm sorry to have made. I no longer have the resolve, but as your sense, this is my promise.
You can count on that. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. Well, don't.
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his behalf.
Traveler, a moment, please. Lady Yai has some words for you.
So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Ooh, Lady Yai seems to have taken a real interest in you. She seems super mysterious. Paimon's so curious what she really meant by all that. We can come back to it another time. For now, we should go report back to Miss Kamisato.
Into the wind.
Someone's wrong.
Time to go.
Oh, Ayaka! Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Traveler, Paimon, it is a pleasure to finally meet you both face to face. I have heard all about how you helped our three friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Yeah. Short of getting them their visions back, it seems like there's no way to really help them. Ayaka, how come this time you get to come out and meet us in person?
Because now that you have done the three things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends. As you will observe, I dispensed with the screen for Toma also.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second. But isn't Toma your, servant? Paimon's happy to help and all, but Paimon sure as heck did not sign up to be a servant.
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma is first and foremost my friend, and was so before he ever became my attendant.
Oh, okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different out in the open compared to how you are behind the screen. Alright, we can be friends.
Thank you both. Back to the matter at hand.
You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings on what you have seen? Perhaps in the eyes of a day, thunders roar, lightnings flash, the winds assault, and the rains descent. All these things take place with no regard for the feelings of the common people. But I believe that surely you understand what they must endure. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. In which case, perhaps you would be willing to reconsider your stance? You will? Really? Naturally.
Alright, bravo, my lady. You were right all along.
See? I told you he wouldn't reject them. I'd placed my trust in the right person after all. Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more confidential nature,
Well, here we are again.
Please continue without me. I'll keep watch.
So, what's the deal with this place anyway? What makes it your favorite meeting spot?
this is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has the exclusive such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Gotta keep a bit of mystery, right?
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house here. Only members of the Yashiro Commission are permitted to come and go as they please.
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret base.
In any case, we can talk freely here. I presume you have a few questions that you... The almighty Shogun. I've seen her on but only a few occasions, most of them formal ceremonies. She inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense of absolute authority. But as I recall, there was something else about her that struck me even more deeply. It was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, she appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of, well, an executive official, I suppose. Focused exclusively on her single goal of implementing eternity, acting accordingly without feeling. The issue is this. For the vast majority of people, the Vision Hunt Decree is something that has no implications whatsoever. After all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions. Moreover, it is not unknown for visions to spark jealousy in others. Because of this, the attitude of most people towards the Vision Hunt Decree is one of indifference.
How can they be like that? Paimon's getting mad.
Nevertheless, in addition to us, there is also...
Resistance? You mean like an army fighting against the decree?
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sangonomiya on Watatsumi Island to say a little more about Sangonomiya. Historically, there has always been some conflict between them and the shogunate of Narukami, but I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind their resistance movement. Of course! We have tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time a proposal to repeal the decree arrives at Tenshukaku, it is promptly vetoed by both the Tenryou Commission and the Kanjo Commission, and subsequently scrapped. They invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support for the Shogun's decisions. It almost makes one wonder whether they had a hand in the Shogun's sudden decision to issue the Vision Hunt Decree.
Ooh, Paimon!
Oh? What would you like?
Have you got a plan yet to fight the vision?
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt Decree...
So...
Well, for the moment, for example...
You're telling Paimon that there are...
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, the problem we are facing...
Darn!
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was only a matter of time before it would be exposed. But we cannot simply abandon Master Masakatsu. Exactly. I feel the same way. But given mine and Toma's identities as part of the Yashiro Commission, breaking him out of prison would risk dragging down the reputation of the entire Kamisato clan should we be caught. That would only serve to cast suspicion on any future activity we might seek to attempt. By no means do we intend to place the burden of such a task on your shoulders alone. When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Naganohara family. There, you will find someone who can help you.
Just hand it over. You don't want any trouble with me. If you think your elemental powers are enough to resist the Vision Hunt decree, then you'd better think again. Believe me, you're not the first of your kind we've encountered, and we've seen the same unpleasant outcome time after time. You'd best save yourself the—
Can't you make an exception? I just got this vision. I won't even use it, I promise.
So this is the Vision Hunt decree in action, huh? We can't just sit around and watch things unfold, can we? Psst! Hey, wait! Huh? There's someone trying to get our attention. Come on, this way. What's going on? Can't you see we need to go help? Shh, quiet. Just sit tight and watch for a moment. Hey, this isn't right, you know. Just because you don't have a vision doesn't mean you can sit back and watch others in trouble. Huh? Hey, wait! You do have a vision! Shh! If you don't keep your voice down,
Itunya aja, tag-nya jam spesial.
Alright.
Nama ID-nya aja jam spesial aja.
Wise choice.
Mas,
Alright, let's go.
Drama kan? Patut ditonton.
What should we do now? He's already given up his vision. Doesn't he know what could happen to him after losing it? This is your fault. You're the one who stopped us from interfering.
Many thanks, Miss Yoimiya. If you hadn't swapped me a fake just now, I'm sure I would have lost it.
No worries. You put on quite the convincing performance. Oh, so that's what's going on here. And to think Paimon was about to unleash Paimonial wrath on Miss Yoimiya. Sorry about that. Think nothing of it. I could tell from your reaction we were on the same side. You just didn't know it, you know? Oh, right. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Yoimiya, the current owner of Naganohara Fireworks. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Great to meet ya.
Practically everyone on Hanamizaka knows Yoimiya. She's the queen of the Summerfest.
Whoa, that's quite the introduction. Paimon loves fireworks. It's nice to meet you. Stop it, Hanjiro. You'll embarrass me. As for thanking me, you'd be better off thanking Master Masakatsu. He's the one that gave me the fake visions in the first place. His handiwork allowed me to keep my own vision. Whew, I can't even imagine trying to run the business without it. Ugh.
Yes, Master Masakatsu is a good man. It's too bad good people seldom get the recognition they deserve.
Master Masakatsu? You guys know him too? You don't say! Then it sounds like the Shirasagi Himegimi has a plan. Awesome! I've been thinking about breaking him out, but if I just march straight in there by myself, I'd probably get Miss Kamisato in a whole heap of trouble. So, what about if I join you instead? Sure! Welcome to the team! Ayaka told us to go look for help at a fireworks shop. She must have meant you! Seems like I finally got a new job to do. Besides hiding vision bearers, and so, Master Masakatsu is being... Whoa, talk about a reliable source! Seems we've got the right... Not bad, huh? Let's go as soon as everyone's... Time to break him out!
Jim, apa lagi sih?
Time to go. Time to go.
Kita lihat buronan polisi, ini masuk kantor polisi. Oke, udah.
Time to go.
Sampai.
Time to go.
Chivalry will never die.
Present.
Oh, is it time for me to join you? Leave it to me. Now that we're inside, this place is a whole lot creepier than Paimon imagined. Come on, this way. As long as we stay quiet, we've got a good chance. I certainly wouldn't want to end up locked away in here. Let's find Master Masakatsu and get out of here. We should split up. I've got a little present to prepare for Master Masakatsu. I'll be right back. You sure? All right then. Just be careful not to get caught. Yes, you too.
One with nature.
Talk about a big door. Seems we need to collect something shaped like Magatama in order to open it. Look at you, Boozhound! Cross over!
Into the wind.
Rain outlines your fate.
Watch your step. I need to train harder.
The wind knows me.
Battle formation.
Time to go. Into the wind. One with nature.
This wall looks a bit odd. Maybe there's some special trick to it. These guys seem a lot tougher than usual. Paimon wonders if that armor over there has anything to do with the source of their strength.
One with wind and cloud. I must.
Higher, hands on fire!
Don't train harder. Rested.
Doesn't that Magatama shape look pretty similar to the grooves on the door over there?
Into the wind. Time to go.
Teach me a lesson.
The wind moves me.
Watch your step. I dare you. Clear cut. Slash.
One with nature. Time to go. Wind strike.
I'm a rock!
Time to go. I must withdraw.
Look over there. That must be Master Masakatsu.
Did you really think that little trick of yours could fool us?
Locking you up was just the beginning.
No.
Oh no! Those Tenryo Commission brutes are torturing him!
If we don't come up with a way to break him out fast, then... Huh? Yoimiya, when did you get back here?
Kita sabar.
I can't bear to watch. If anything happens to Master Masakatsu, our whole plan will have been for nothing.
Hey, you there! What are you doing?
Ma'am.
We were just teaching him a little lesson, that's all.
Huh? Who That's Kujo Sara, adopted daughter of the Kujo clan of the Tenryo Commission. She's also a general in the Shogun's army. What's she doing here?
Make way, let me have a look at him. I'm sure you're well aware that torture is strictly against military.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are unashamed of such disgraceful action...
Yes, ma'am. It won't happen again.
Hey, this is our chance. Let's move while they aren't watching. Yoimiya, are you sure?
Who is that? Quick, going in.
Yes, ma'am.
They're coming! Quick, hide! Sorry. I didn't mean to... Don't worry, I've got us covered. Time for my little present. Fireworks!
Huh? Was that an explosion?
It sounded like fireworks.
Quick, let's hurry!
The fireworks were enough to distract them. Fireworks aren't just for festivals, you know. I was particularly proud of this batch. I decided to.
Whoa!
Yoimiya, this is turning into a bit of a fire. Well, fireworks are my craft after all. Look, the coast is clear. Now's our chance. Huh?
Yoimiya, is that you?
Master Masakatsu! Sorry we took so long. Oh, those awful guards. Come on! We've got no time to lose! They could be back any minute! Oh.
Yes, leave. Before I let my judgment get the better of me. He's in serious condition. Be sure he gets immediate medical attention. But remember, once he's recovered, it won't be long until I bring him.
Well...
Leave.
Yes.
Master Masakatsu, how do you feel? Can you hold on?
Don't worry. I think I can make it to the infirmary without keeling over.
Thank you. All of you. I'll take him to get treated. I'll treat you to a round of drinks once this is all over. Don't worry about us. Just take care of Master Masakatsu. Good thing we were able to rescue him. Right, Kujosara. Do you think she was making up for how the guards were treating him? It seems as though there are some okay people among the ranks of the Tenryo Commission. Though Paimon would never agree with their actions in the Vision Hunt Decree. How about we go tell Ayaka and the others the good news?
I see. So Kujo Sara stayed her hand. It would appear she still has some honor to her. I wonder if we should try establishing contact with her. Perhaps we could coax out some information.
Unlikely. Don't forget, Kujo Sara is also carrying out the Vision Hunt Decree. She obeys the orders of the Raiden Shogun without question. In her eyes, Master Masakatsu is of no threat to the decree. This is why she was so willing to allow his escape. If our true motives were ever divulged, she would act against us without a second thought.
True. Though if you ask me, Master Masakatsu's release is an unexpected blessing. We are now one step closer to victory. And we couldn't have done it without Yoimiya and the Traveler. You're turning out to be even more reliable than we expected.
Don't mention it.
Indeed. Things may have turned out very differently this time without the help of the Traveler. But if we wish to mount any sizable resistance against the Vision Hunt Decree, there is still much to be done. It is time we make ready our next set of plans.
There's no need to rush, my lady. Things seem to have taken a turn for the better, at least. Not only have we rescued Master Masakatsu, but our list of... yes, which reminds me. The Tenryou Commission seems to be making preparations for a celebration. They call it a ceremony of sorts. And the number of samurai out enforcing the Vision Hunt Decree seems to be waning. The days ahead may be more peaceful than usual.
A ceremony, you say? Why would such a task be left to the Tenryou Commission?
I don't know, but I'm sure it has nothing to do with us. Anyway, with the Tenryou Commission busy with preparations, we should have a little more breathing room than usual.
You do present a good point. Being in a constant state of alert will only tire us further. Perhaps a period of rest is in order. Toma, what would you suggest?
I'd say a celebratory feast is in order. Might I suggest an evening of... Funny enough, I learned a new hot pot game recently. I'm sure you'll find it quite amusing.
A hot pot game? What's that? Well, as long as it has to do with eating.
Simply put, every person prepares an ingredient to add to the hot pot. Once the meal begins, we add all the ingredients to... Then we take it in turns to close our eyes, pick an ingredient out of the pot, taste it, and guess whose ingredient it was. Anyone who guesses correctly can go again, and whoever finishes the meal with the most points is declared the winner. Tradition even has it that the winner receives blessings from the god of Hot Pot. Don't you think it sounds like fun? I've been wanting to give it a try. In fact, I've already got my ingredients prepared.
You really do want to play, huh? Well, sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Time to gather some ingredients. Let's see what we've got here. Nice! You can't go wrong with these. Paimon never thought we'd be the only ones to actually put anything edible into the pot. Don't go wasting the rest now. This was possibly the scariest looking hot pot Paimon's ever seen. Fortunately, Toma ended up eating all the weird stuff.
You can say that again. But hey, at least I got the most points. Oh, wait a moment.
I'm afraid it's your own fault for adding all those strange ingredients, Toma. The soup flavor wasn't quite the same afterwards. Even with the Traveler's normal ingredients, I still couldn't guess any of them correctly.
But weren't you the one who added those little cakes, Ayaka? Boiling cakes in hot pot? Ugh. Think of the texture.
I must apologize. To be perfectly honest, I thought the cakes would be a
Uh-oh. I'm definitely not okay. I need to lie down. I feel like a new man.
You know, Toma, all you had to do was guess wrong on purpose and it would have been someone else's turn. Talk about being competitive.
Guess I've been feeling unlucky recently and wanted the God of Hot Pot's blessing. Perhaps I did get a little carried away. Still, I think my luck has already taken a turn for the better. I can sense it. So without further ado, I hereby declare that the winner of today's Hot Pot Challenge is... me.
Oh, brother.
Good effort, team. Another important job taken care of. Next on the agenda, some well-earned rest and relaxation.
Yes. If the Tenryou Commission truly is as busy with preparations as Toma claims, then some rest would be a welcome change of pace. And with the extra time, There are...
Let's all take some much-needed time off. After a few days rest, we'll downtime is hard to come by these days, so I'll tidy things up here and start thinking about our ingredients for our next round.
There's gonna be a sequel?
Sure, why not? We should play again now that everyone knows the rules. I'll see you all later.
Bye, Toma! Seems we won't need to be visiting the Komori tea house.
Naik. Keluar langsung ketemu gitu ya. Padahal niatnya ke Catherine.
Where do we go from here? What's the plan?
Traveler, Paimon, hold on.
Huh? Ayaka?
Something has come up, and I would like to request yours, but you ought not be nervous. This is not coming from the Yashiro Commission or the...
Individual request? You mean personal?
Correct. It concerns my mother. This may seem a little sudden, but in my view, you are the only person I can... A few days ago, I was sorting through some old family belongings when I found a notebook that belonged to my mother. She wrote about all kinds of things, mostly of little consequence. But what drew my attention was a name.
Probably your mom's best buddy, right?
Never. And although my mother and father passed away many years ago, both my brother and I are familiar with the vast majority of... So, I am very curious about this mysterious individual. I would very much like to meet them. According to the notebook, their name is Tsubaki. This seems to have been someone very important to my mother.
Paimon thinks it sounds like a girl's name.
That's what I thought too.
So what do you want us to do? Do you need us to find her for...
No. Her address is given in the notebook. We can head straight there. Please keep everything I have told you in strict confidence. The proper course of action would be to involve my brother and visit her together. But he is terribly busy at present, and on a more selfish note, I don't wish to involve anybody else from INAZUMA in this matter. Exactly. That, and you are also a kind, well-mannered person with a genuine concern for other people. Not to mention trustworthy. I would not feel comfortable with anyone else in this.
You can count on us! We've done greeting gifts before, so we should be able to help.
Wonderful! In fact, I was hoping to take this opportunity to show you both around. If you don't mind, of course.
Oh, we don't mind! We don't mind at all! Do we?
Thank you kindly. Shall we head off then? Ogura te-
Alright, sounds great!
Kisah bangun dan kelinci putih. Lewat sampai lewat ke 27 berapa? Sejuk juga.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the
Wih, berbragil. Jajan kali bang ya? Nggak tahu kan kemarin yang bisa juga. Kejar, ayo ada ikan sih. Oh iya benar. Dia sobat kan. Habis. Kita cek ada berapa. Wow, 1000. Ini ada 1. Obat. Dapat belum? Satu. Dapat gak ya? Nyicil lumayan. Kejar gak ya? Rajor. Jauh sih. Tuh. Ya. udah. Itu kan ada apa? Dapat kan ini? Dapat Kazuha ya kan di 7 itu 7. Dapat kali ini 7 kali. Tuh, mungkin nggak apa-apa. Tes. 2, 3, 4. Juga nih. Kagak juga. Kagak juga deh. 9. Ngapa enggak cunggung anjing? Iya, ngapa enggak cunggung? Wih, 9. Tadi apisan. Apaan sih CS itu? Saat itu mengecas step-step ke mengurangi 10 konsumsi stamina, statik meningkat interupsi. Jadi bisa cas tek terus. Ya, ambil biru-birunya aja ya. Ambil birunya aja.
Do not seek to.
Oke, hampir 3,5 jam bersama. Ini udah buka, ini belum dicoba, ntar aja. Ini belum ketemu. Air di dekat Pulau Jinren terus menghasilkan ombak yang hebat. Nyimpen, langsung cek toko lalu bisa dibeli. Nggak ada. Ini nyimpennya gimana? Sumpah Dewa Laut. Maksudnya biaya undang. Bisa langsung beli itu. Bet banget. Ngapain buat bedo ini? Bisilah kami satu Kiki baru nongol, gue kira op, orang pengen op dia nongol. Aduh, bocah nih emang. Kami satu Kiki anjing siapa lagi? Kan nguli tadi buat ayah dapet kagak dapet pasti lo, yakin gua. Tuh, tinggal 4 kayak ini. Ngapain? Pengembara bodo amat. Aku Muzan pas tapi aku biasa diam di kabin jadi dia mengenal kamu tak kenal aku. malamnya aku keluar ruangan, berkantong tamu yang masih itu dan berjumlah efeknya bagus untuk buku itu, katanya. Aku nggak diusir. Apa soalnya dia pasti bakal bengkak menginjak kaki di tanah lah. Begitu ya. Kurang 10 kali pul lagi bang, top up dong. 10 kali doang, 2400 primogem. Murah. Ini aturan kami dan siap membahas yang dilakukan, namun tetap saya kapten. Sekarang pasti biasa. Jadi kamu meneruskan kami. Ya, saya benar-benar tetap teknis. Berkuras semua orang sebut. Waktu baiklah, sudah cukup ngobrol ini. Sampai ngobrol sampai laporan saksi mati. Ternyata dengan seluruh kalian semua bernama yang berpesona. Siapa orang tersebut? Top up one sekalian gue nih. Apa-apa ikhlas banget gue mah. Keren kalau masalah bertanya, masalah aku juga gak tau berani. Namun juga benar ke apa nih? Mulai sebentar kelar bang, jangan mubazir, pijit harus prioritas. Katamu, lo kan mijit tiap hari, lu nambang, gawe lu nambang. Tiap hari mijit. Tadi ini ngapain ini ya? Selamat ya berusaha petir pengembara dan juga gila. Setelah mulai tentang pengembara harus menggunakan tanda span untuk karakter yang membawa elektrogram dan mengaruh elektron. Yang penting 1 menit lebih, jangan kurang dari 1 menit. Selamat tantangan penkilat kalau kamu nambang primo finish. Nambang primo di toko kan ya.
Time to go. The wind knows. Into the wind.
Keder gue mencetnya. Begitu. Udah. Gampang kan? Gampang kan? Ini maksudnya belum ditahan. Ada 3. Eventnya jadi Spiderman anjing. Bukan Spiderman, lu tau film Jumper nggak? Ya elah belum buka bete bet. Dah oke karena udah 3 jam setengah lebih oke. Kita akhiri sampai di sini. Terima kasih Rapater, terima kasih untuk semuanya. Terima kasih Gisel, terima kasih Gading, terima kasih Wan, terima kasih Da, ada Prima, ada Sena, ada Ical, ada I, ada Am. Ada juga Washington, ada siapa, Jessica John. Ya, terima kasih udah nonton. Salam perpisahan. Oke. Saya Anjas Mara pamit. Thank you udah 3 jam setengah bersama. Terima kasih Ayah nggak muncul. Anjing Ayah mulu. Udahlah. Bye bye. Dah.